Hello, my wise friends. Welcome back to another episode of the Wise Mindset Guy podcast, where we take ancient wisdom, sprinkle in some humor, and use it to navigate the modern jungles of life. I'm your host, Nat Plastino, here to help you turn your mind into a fortress, your soul into a lighthouse, and maybe, just maybe, your Monday mornings into something you actually look forward to. Now, today's episode is about a sneaky little villain that's been messing with humanity since caveman days. No, not the Kardashians. I'm talking about the negativity bias. Our brain's weird obsession with focusing on bad stuff more than good stuff. Think about it. You can get 10 compliments in a day. You look great. You crushed that project. Your socks don't even smell that bad. But if one person says something negative, like you kind of messed that part up, guess which one your brain throws a spotlight on? Yep, the negative one. It's like your brain is a gossip magazine and bad news gets the cover story every time. But here's the thing, that bias is not your fault. It's biology. Back in prehistoric times, being hyper aware of danger kept us alive. If you ignored the fact that a saber-toothed tiger was creeping up behind you because you were too busy admiring a rainbow, well, you would be his dinner. So our brains evolved to notice threats more than joys. But in today's world, the threats aren't saber-toothed tigers anymore. It's like emails, traffic jams, and Karen from accounting. And if we don't learn to fight this negativity bias, we get stuck living in a constant state of stress, worry, and doom scrolling on our phones. So how do we win against it? Don't worry, I've got some stoic wisdom, modern psychology, and a dash of humor to keep you smiling while we rewire that beautiful brain of yours. So step one is catch the bias in the act. Marcus Aurelius, that bearded philosopher king, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Negativity bias works like a magician pulling a card trick. You need to call it out. When you notice something spiraling because someone cut you off in traffic, pause and say, aha, that's my negativity bias acting up. My brain wants to hold on to this tiny bad thing like it's the last cookie at the party. Naming it weakens its grip. Awareness is half the battle. Now, step two is to rebalance with the good. Our brains are like Velcro for bad experiences and Teflon for good ones. So if you have to intentionally linger on the positive, got a compliment, right? Don't brush it off. You bask in it. You roll around like a cat in catnip. Let it soak into your memory. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality," which basically means most of the bad stuff is exaggerated in our heads. So to balance it out, exaggerate the good in your head too. Savor it, replay it, replay it again, and yes, replay it one more time. Step three is to gratitude is your secret weapon. You know this is coming. Gratitude is like a cheat code against negativity. At the end of each day, jot down three things you're grateful for. And don't be boring about it. Instead of family, health, job, get specific. Try the smell of fresh coffee. If you like coffee, of course. The way my cat looks at me while I'm a wizard for opening a can of food. It's actually super funny. When you practice gratitude, you're training your brain to notice what's good. Slowly, you're tilting the scale back to balance. And step four is humor and playfulness. Here's the fun part. Sometimes you've just got to laugh at the absurdity of it all. Negativity bias makes mountains out of molehills. Your job is to remind yourself that most problems are temporary, small, and occasionally hilarious in hindsight. Epictetus, another Stoic, reminded us it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. So next time your Wi-Fi cuts out during a Zoom call, instead of cursing the internet gods, just imagine you've been transported back at a time where people sent messages by Morse code. Suddenly, it's not so bad. Train daily like a mental gym. You don't find negativity bias once and win forever. It's like brushing your teeth. You have to keep at it daily. Practice catching negative thoughts, savoring the positives, writing your gratitudes, and laughing when life throws you a banana peel moment. Over time, your brain rewires and you become more resilient, more joyful, and dare I say, more stoic. So, my friends, my wise friends, remember this: your brain might be naturally wired to notice the storm clouds, but you always have the choice to look for the rainbow. As Marcus Aurelius would say, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Choose wisely. And hey, if today's episode gave you a smile or a beautiful thought, then do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, share this podcast with a friend, and leave a review for the Wise Mindset Guy podcast. Your support keeps this wisdom train rolling, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay wise, stay resilient, and remember, don't let negativity be the boss of you.